We just got done with one of the best Final Fours ever, and I can't believe that Cooper Flag choked, right? Well, with this stat line, I'm not really buying that narrative. Plus, over here, we don't do the casual takes. So instead of blaming the refs, let's look into the last 5 minutes and 30 seconds to see how one player impacted the outcome more than anybody else. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's no fingers to point if you're a fan of Duke, and especially this foul call, I really don't like it. I would have loved to see Houston have to score a bucket to go up and not just hit free throws. But that's out of the way, so let's jump into it. Who am I talking about? If you love basketball, you're going to love some of the plays that JoJo Tugler made down the stretch against Duke. If my profile isn't about pointing things out and diving a little bit deeper into basketball beyond what the broadcasters said, I don't know what it's about, and this has been one of my favorite opportunities to do that. First, here's Sion James driving baseline. Tugler comes over and cuts him off, just enough for him to stutter, and he coughs up the ball out of bounds. Next, here he is crashing the glass, and then he ends up getting fouled, which gives Houston another possession. And you'd never guess how that next possession ends. Sharp ends up driving the lane, and then Tugler gets up on the glass again and gets a tap in. This next play from him is smart, but it also cracks me up because he knew Cooper was going to put the ball up here, so he just started boxing out Malik Brown about 10 seconds before the ball went up. And sure enough, I think the box out caused some frustration because Malik Brown ended up fouling Tugler. And we're talking about the last 5 minutes of the Final Four, so he didn't make more big plays, right? Well, how about another offensive rebound that ended with Sharp getting this blow-by layup? So far, that's 3 additional possessions that Tugler was a direct result of. And why not make it 4? Because as Proctor drives the ball here, Tugler completely has his back turned, but has the presence of mind to turn around and cut him off to not give up the layup. But as Proctor loops around, Tugler times his stab at the ball perfectly and without fouling is able to hit it and get it to bounce off Proctor's knee. And this one didn't count, but Duke's lucky it was called because the dunk would have been an easier 2 for Houston. But once again, Tugler's in the right spot at the right time. I know you guys watched the game, and JoJo did have one bonehead play. He reached over the baseline and made contact with the ball, which is an automatic technical. But he wasted no time making up for it, and on the next possession, he had to guard Knipple way away from the basket, and he stuck with him all the way, ended up with a block that stayed in bounds, which is another possession secured for Houston. The next time down the floor, Sharp hits one of the biggest shots in Houston basketball history. And JoJo wasn't done quite yet, because here he is affecting the inbound and making Sion James throw it high, and then Wilson's able to get a hand on it, Tugler gets a hand on it, they secure the possession, and then sure enough, Tugler's in the right spot again to get this tip slam. I know Sharp and Cryer hit big shots, and I know Juwan Roberts hit those massive free throws, but I can't think of a situation where a player that impacted the last 5 minutes so much, especially in the Final Four and especially against a team as good as this Duke team, receives so little media credit for doing so. So let's blow this up and give JoJo the credit he deserves.